One of my favorite life lessons that I've learned from my closet is whatever seems really effortless actually required a lot of effort. Whether it's fashion or fitness or cooking or home decor, we don't see the rearranging of the furniture or the eating shitty recipes or doing all the reps or, you know, trying on a bunch of outfits that are really cringy. Okay, here's an example. When I used to style clients, I would ask them to tell me what their go-to outfit is. And you know, they would say something like jeans and a sweater. And they would stop there. If you're stopping at jeans and a sweater, it's gonna get boring real quick. So that's when we start to build. Okay, well, what happens if we choose a completely different but still functional shoe compared to what you would normally wear? And then because the shoe is different, it changes the proportions. So maybe we cuff the jeans, maybe we add a layer. Everything is balancing a little bit better. And then I ask them to look for jewelry that they wouldn't normally wear, to something maybe that has more memories attached to it, or something that feels a little bit bolder. We change up the bag so that it calls to the accessories that we just put on. And all of a sudden, we have an outfit that feels more personal, more lived in, effortless. But that was work. That took time and trial and error. One of the best investments we can make in ourselves and in our closets is simply time. And yes, sure, we could buy the exact same pieces that our favorite creator was wearing, or we could copy someone else's outfit formula, but like, where's the fun in that? And what happens when we get bored of someone else's formulas or someone else's looks, or it's not like immediately accessible to us? What happens then? No, like seriously, I'm asking. I think when there is so much convenience in the process, there's actually very little payoff in the final product. This isn't just me being philosophical about it. I actually looked into it, and there's a psychological principle behind this. It's called the effort justification effect. The more time and effort we put into achieving a certain goal or developing something, the more value we attach to it, and the more we ourselves get attached to it. And this is why I think men actually like it when we ignore them.
You know, the same goes with fitness. Running seems to be a really big trend these days. So I get asked often, how do I maintain the habit so easily? But the truth is, I've been running since I was 12. It started with track and field, and then I grew into longer distances. But almost immediately after I started, I realized that this was my favorite sport, and I would want to do it for a long time. So I just never stopped lacing up. Even in crazy weather, even when I didn't have really good gear. I remember my very first winter run, I was wearing 2 pairs of sweatpants, and my dad made me wear like a bath towel around my neck because he said it was an old football trick that he used to absorb the sweat. I looked ridiculous, but like, who cares? I didn't. I think to get to a state of effortless, we need to risk looking like a fool, especially at the beginning. Now, running is just part of my identity, but that's because there are years, decades, in fact, of mental and physical conditioning. It was earned. Now I just have better gear. Good morning. I also have better greens. Back when I was a teenager, my mother was obsessed with health and wellness, way before the internet ever was. I was always on the receiving end of this obsession, and I'm actually not mad about it. Even if it wasn't sexy, I learned at a very young age to prioritize my health, like sleep and eating well and all this stuff. And you know what? I think it actually helped get me this partnership with AG1, which I genuinely enjoy. Anyway, I run in the mornings as part of my routine, so I drink AG1 before my run. As I get older, I've come to learn and realize how hard running is on the body. And I will take any support I can get to replenish my nutrients and minerals that I've used on my run, but also throughout the day.
Look, I want to be able to run for as long as possible, and AG1 Next Gen provides over 75 ingredients with things like probiotics, vitamins, antioxidants, and functional mushrooms. And you know, I'm not really into quick fixes. I much prefer doing things small, slow, and steady. And I really do think AG1 supports that idea. I actually notice a difference when I stop drinking it. I notice lower energy and less regularity. Anyway, if you're interested in giving AG1 a go, I have a link for you. I will leave it in the description box below. It's drinkag1.com/Alyssa Beltempo, or you can scan this QR code here. And with it, you get, okay, normally I don't even love free stuff. You'll get a free morning person hat. This is I am a morning person, so it really resonated with me. And a free sampler with your first AG1 subscription order. Thank you, AG1, for sponsoring today's video and making my mother happy. Really, I mean, that's what it's all about. It's great. I totally get what it's like though, when you're in the whole effort bit and it gets kind of frustrating. What? Apollo! You sounded like you were dying. Hang on, my love.
We can't go over it now, my love.
Okay. The other day, for example, I was trying to put a post together for Instagram, and I just decided to throw a few things together, and I shot it with my phone and I added a filter, and it wasn't coming out the way I wanted, and I was getting frustrated. I am a huge fan of Lizzie Hadfield and Emma Thoreau's work on Instagram. I love their visuals. They shoot on film. It's very vintage and effortless and beautiful. Like, it looks like they just handed their friends a camera and told them to just have fun. Obviously, that's not what it is, but this was the vibe that I was going for, and I was getting down on myself that it wasn't turning out that way. And I think when we don't get results fast, we get this false sense of inadequacy and we get really impatient. But then it's like, this is the process. This is the good bit. So I took the time to prep the scene. I took out my lighting equipment, which isn't super professional, it's just a little LED light, but it's what I had available to me. It's what's within my budget. I took a whole bunch of different shots, found one that I actually really liked, did a proper edit with software, still on my phone because that's what was available. It certainly wasn't Emma or Lizzie Hadfield quality, but here's what was the most surprising thing. That post, it didn't even perform very well, but I was really, really proud of it either way. So, you know, I think it's actually really cool to show and share that you've put effort and time into something. I mean, I'm Italian. It's just what we do. We want people to know that our outfit was meticulously curated and that it looks thoughtful. I don't know when it became so uncool to have no chill about things that we love. Maybe my outfit isn't the most stylish or trendy or expensive in the room, but it's still my own. And that's what counts. This is really what counts. This Venki chocolate spread is fantastic. That's all I got for you. Thank you to AG1 for sponsoring today's video. Also, love them. And I will see you in the next slow fashion video. Ciao.